welcome to Daily Dictation. This week we're studying the impact of climate change in the Arctic. This video is for high intermediate English speakers, and this video is meant to help you practice your English skills. More specifically, you are going to be practicing your listening and your writing skills by doing this activity. So for this activity, you are going to listen to 5 sentences and write them exactly how they are said. So this means that you're going to apply the correct grammar, you're going to apply the correct spelling, punctuation, capitalization, everything to help you improve your skills. And after I read all 5 sentences, then you will get to check your answers in this video as well. So let's talk about daily dictation. Daily dictation takes place from Monday to Friday. There are new sentences each weekday and new topics each week. There are 2 English levels offered. There is also a vocabulary list and practice worksheets available for these as well. So to do daily dictation, you will need a blank piece of paper and a pencil. If you have a document, then if you open it and can type in your document, that works as well. 5 sentences will be read. Each sentence will be read 3 times and 1 more time at the end. You have to write down each sentence, and you will use your listening skills to do that. Try your best to apply the correct spelling, punctuation, and capitalization. So here you can see numbers 1 to 5. Each of these numbers represent a different sentence that I will read. So write down 1 to 5 on your piece of paper or in your document, and we're going to get started. Number 1. Arctic amplification accelerates permafrost thaw and releases methane into the atmosphere. Arctic amplification accelerates permafrost thaw and releases methane into the atmosphere. Arctic amplification accelerates permafrost thaw and releases methane into the atmosphere. Number 2. The fragile Arctic tundra ecosystem faces extinction as permafrost thaws. The fragile Arctic tundra ecosystem faces extinction as permafrost thaws. The fragile Arctic tundra ecosystem faces extinction as permafrost thaws. Number 3. Rising greenhouse gases intensify Arctic amplification and alter the natural albedo of the tundra. Rising greenhouse gases intensify Arctic amplification and alter the natural albedo of the tundra. Rising greenhouse gases intensify Arctic amplification and alter the natural albedo of the tundra. Number 4. Methane released from thawing permafrost in the Arctic tundra contributes to the greenhouse gas in the atmosphere. Methane released from the thawing permafrost in the Arctic tundra contributes to the greenhouse gas in the atmosphere. Methane released from thawing permafrost in the Arctic tundra contributes to greenhouse gas in the atmosphere. Number 5. As the permafrost thaws, it releases methane, which further impacts global warming trends and threatens Arctic species with extinction. As the permafrost thaws, it releases methane, which further impacts global warming trends and threatens Arctic species with extinction. As the permafrost thaws, it releases methane, which further impacts global warming trends and threatens Arctic species with extinction. As the permafrost thaws, it releases methane, which further impacts global warming trends and threatens Arctic species with extinction. All right, let's read each sentence one more time, starting with number 1. Arctic amplification accelerates permafrost thaw and releases methane into the atmosphere. Number 2. The fragile Arctic tundra ecosystem faces extinction as permafrost thaws. Number 3. Rising greenhouse gases intensify Arctic amplification and alter the natural albedo of the tundra. Number 4. Methane released from thawing permafrost in the Arctic tundra contributes to greenhouse gas in the atmosphere. Number 5. As the permafrost thaws, it releases methane, which further impacts global warming trends and threatens Arctic species with extinction. Great job, guys. Well done. I'm sure you guys did a great job with your spelling. Let's get ready to check our answers. So if this video was a little bit too fast or too difficult, you can listen again. If you need to slow it down, when you listen again, you can adjust the playback speed and choose a slower speed. Or you can check the description for timestamps if you need to listen to specific sentences again. The times will show when each sentence was read, and you can re-listen as many times as you need. However, if you feel like you know it and you wrote down everything accurately, let's go ahead and check. So here we're going to go through each answer, starting with number 1. Arctic amplification accelerates permafrost thaw and releases methane into the atmosphere. Number 2. The fragile Arctic tundra ecosystem faces extinction as permafrost thaws. Number 3. Rising greenhouse gases intensify Arctic amplification and alter the natural albedo of the tundra. Number 4. Methane released from thawing permafrost in the Arctic tundra contributes to the greenhouse gas in the atmosphere. Number 5. As the permafrost thaws, it releases methane, which further impacts global warming trends and threatens Arctic species with extinction. All right, so how did we do? If we have a conjunction here between two independent clauses, we don't need a comma before this conjunction. So that's why here, there's no comma. Arctic will always be capitalized. Here it's the proper noun in the beginning of a sentence, and here it's capitalized because it's a proper noun. So Arctic is a specific region in the world, a proper noun, so that's why we're capitalizing it. Here we have the word as the permafrost thaws. When we have as, it shows us that we're going to need a comma after what we're saying here. So after the clause, so it starts with as, and the comma comes after. Again, this is just a small extra piece of information. So we're going to separate that by the commas. So comma after this because we start with as. And then here, which. So we're going to need a comma before that word, which. So look at some of the words here. Arctic amplification, permafrost, methane, extinction, tundra, greenhouse gases, albedo, and so on and so forth. These are more advanced words about the topic. And so it's good to know these words if you're going to try to get a high band score for IELTS or a high score for TOEFL or anything like this, because sometimes these topics do come up. So it's good to know how to use advanced vocabulary. If you need to practice more, have a look at these vocabulary words. Make sure you understand the meanings of them and how to use them in sentences. Look at the different word forms for each. We have permafrost, extinction, albedo, methane, tundra, Arctic amplification, greenhouse gases, feedback loop, and albedo. Now you'll notice here that greenhouse gases has one S. Here it has G-A-S-E-S. In some regions, the English spelling is G-A-S-S-E-S. So that might be like the American preference. So if you have spelled it G-A-S-S-E-S, that's fine as well. I am in Canada, so with one S there, it is preferred, and then of course the S at the end. So continue to practice these words. Please check the description. The description will bring you to a worksheet that will have all the words. It's going to have the definitions and example sentences. It's also going to have a quiz for you to practice the meaning of the words. It's going to have a fill in the blank exercise so you can practice. It's also going to have a reading passage where you can answer some questions related to the topic, and an essay question so you can write an essay based on the topic as well. So really good practice. Great job, and thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again next time. Bye!